Dads probably bond with dogs so much because, in our society, men don't get shown a lot of affection but dogs give tons of affection regardless. So, when I became 18, I snapped out of any teen angst I might have had. While I was in that stage, I was really hard on my dad. My sister and mom were too. I think the latter doing so partially led to me doing the same. It took me snapping out of it to realize that, and I felt horrible when I did. He was doing the best he could. He'd managed to provide a roof, money, and whatnot for 2 decades without so much as a thank you. On Christmas Day, I wrote my dad a note telling him that I now appreciate all he's done and continues to do for us. Apologized for being hard on him for years and promised that I would never treat him that way again. It was essentially just a note to tell him, thanks, and I paired it with a "No. 1 Dad" mug, because it had never felt right to get him anything like that before then. He absolutely bawled his eyes out reading the note and opening the mug. Because of that, I nearly did the same. Then he came over and gave me a hug. It's the only time I can remember hugging my dad without it being a goodbye, but rather just an "I love you" hug. It's also the only time I've seen him cry other than when our longtime pet cat died. And even then, he didn't do that openly and in front of us. Since then, he has been noticeably happier and our relationship is absolutely 10 times better than it was. This is all to say that I can attest to dads having it tough and being taken for granted. Somewhat off topic I guess, but it was enough to remind me of the whole thing. There was more to it than I mentioned. Like that he wasn't a paragon himself. But that's the gist. TL. Doctor. Don't be too hard on your dad and let him know that you appreciate him. For fuck's sake. ****. My little Jack died this past Monday. Had the little fella 19 years. Op is correct that dog showed me more affection than anyone else in my life. That sounds so sad when you put it that way. My dad loved our dog so much that when he walked out he took the dog with him. Getting a dog was the single best thing I've done in my life. Entirely changed, saved my life. With that being said, do not get a dog if you can't give it a quality life.